G'day, it's me again. Just thought I'd do a video, probably a bit more real than some of my other ones. What I mean by that is today I'm feeling pretty average. I've been pretty good emotionally, and every now and then I seem to have these drop-offs. Where it all just seems to catch up with me in terms of what's going on and where I'm at and just things in my life. So part of the work that I'm doing with my recovery is a lot of around emotional release and a lot of anger and resentment that I've held inside of me. One of the things that I happen to be doing at the same time is a landmark forum where they ask you to go through your life and examine it in a way that you see how the responsibility we take for our own lives and the things that we've created in terms of relationships, work, career, sports, whatever we're committed to that seems to fall over, what are the things that are going on there. So I've been examining that quite a lot, and one of the things that I felt very pertinent to me to do was to tidy up past relationships. So my most recent relationship I've been trying to rectify, or at least reconcile and make things better. But one of the relationships that I had that was pretty significant to me in my time, and certainly in terms of my own development from some years ago, I actually got up the courage to write a letter to her and just let her know that I'm sorry for the way I behaved, because I know I hurt her. I know I hurt her because of all the emotions that I held inside of me that I didn't fully understand, or made me act in ways that weren't so healthy, I guess. So anyway, part of that is there's a lot of emotion that comes up, and it's funny because I tend to have these. So anyway, it's been really constructive. It's been good in that I've been able to communicate with people again, and hopefully let them realise that, well, it's not about them realising anything. It's to acknowledge I played a role in the destruction of relationships. I played a role in things not working out, and acknowledging that, I don't blame people for everything that happens in my life. I certainly have a major part in it. But what I've noticed today physiologically over the last few days, I've been dealing with some pretty heavy emotional stuff that my body tends to go a bit yellow. And I guess you could put it as layman's term, I guess, a shitty liver. And so I feel like when these things happen, it's like there's a blockage being released, there's things getting processed out of my system that are releasing. It's not jaundice, so please don't panic. It just seems to be that every 3 or 4 weeks my body goes a bit yellow, my emotions drop down, and I feel pretty average. I don't really feel like doing too much physically or anything like that. In the past, I would have tried to do all sorts of exercises and things to get myself out of that state, I guess to distract myself. To some extent I am still distracting myself because I do want to feel better than what I feel at the moment, and so a lot of that's physical, your emotional focus. So with the emotional stuff that's come up, I'm releasing it and just working through it. In the past I would have made myself wrong about that. I can't be sad because I've got to be up all the time, and sad's no good. But in my experience through my little journey, being sad every now and then is part of your journey, part of your healing, part of being real, part of being authentic. Not every day is going to be perfect, and not every day is going to have the smile and the joy and the laughter on your face that you really want. But when we come across this situation, all we got to do is target how to be a little bit better than we were 5 minutes ago. So for me, I've been just cooking up some food, some organic food for me to eat over the next few days, and I've just been sort of meditating as I do that, just been cutting up some apples and making a soup. So just doing stuff just to keep me in process and being constructive. After I've finished with you here, I'll probably go away and maybe watch a movie, or just go and have a lie on the bed and snooze for a bit, or read a book. Just not quite sure. I'm all a bit fuzzy in the head, and it's nothing to fear. It's just sometimes this state comes across you. It's not a depressive state. Yeah, I'm a bit down. I am a bit down emotionally. Things are moving, but it's acknowledging that this is part of it, part of the journey. I guess that's why I'm making this video. It's just to show that, you know, you might be working really well at stuff, and it doesn't feel so good sometimes, but it's part of the journey. It's nothing to be feared. If you're always in this state, yeah, then it's a problem. But if you're in a state of feeling a bit down for a bit, that's okay. That's okay. Accept it for what it is. Forgive yourself and do what you need to get through it. And then when it's feeling better, or you're feeling like you've released something, step back into that happy state you're after, because that's where we should be predominantly. Yeah, so anyway, that's just me. That's my situation. Yeah, just do what you need to. I really just want people to encourage that when things are going up and down with them, that sometimes it's okay to be in that emotion. Sometimes it's okay to be a bit flat and a bit down, but don't stay there. But you'll know when it's time to move out. And if you're there for more than a few days, this is me, I'm not a psychiatrist or a doctor or anything like that. If you're there for more than a few days, then you need to do something to move yourself out of it. But don't be fearful of having a down day. I mean, that's probably a good thing that most people know for their lives anyway. But when you're going through some heavier stuff, then you know these things crop up where you aren't 100%. What else is there to share? Yeah, I guess that's probably it for today. I'm not sure I've got much else to share other than there are days when you're down. There are days. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do and keep moving through and allowing emotions to pass. As I said earlier, my emotional work is a huge part of my healing, and I've been really good. And then some days it's just a bit heavy. So, thanks for listening. Keep well. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed through your emotions. They are who you are. It's part of the joy of being a human being, is to be able to experience these ups and downs, these challenges in life that bring us reward once we got through them, or going through them brings us reward and new beauty and appreciation for the world. And then when we're out the other side, we get to have a whole new journey into some other area that expands us and builds us into something greater than we were. So trust the process, really. Trust the process. Trust in who you are, and believe you'll be okay. Bye for now. Ka kite.